Yo, what's up guys, JQS here today, and we're going to be talking about Battlefield 4, balances, tweaks, and fixes that can help improve it. Because we all know in its current state, it's kind of rough in the gameplay and the fun, it's a boner killer in both aspects, and we're going to be talking about what we can do to get that little kingdom rising up again. Do you guys see what I did there? Funny, right? The gameplay you're going to be watching is a 50 kill plus, I think 56 kills with the Bulldog, and the three categories we're going to be talking about are, of course, balances, tweaks, and fixes. The balance category, which I'm going to start out first, what the fuck is first? First, we're actually going to be talking about gun balance, gadget balance, and vehicle balance. For tweaks, we're mainly going to be talking about little things that I wouldn't say are broken, but if you tweak it a bit, it could become better than what it already is. And then fixes are for shit that's just darn right broken. So how's about we get into this commentary, my little potatoes? All the way, what? I'm like stuttering my shit off, guys. This is not good. I meant anyway, if you guys could just take the time to subscribe and like the video, that's much appreciated. Maybe follow my Twitter, check out my porn sites, you never know. But, let's start with some weapon balance. Now, I know you guys hate it when people complain about weapons. They're like, oh, you're just bad with it. Oh, it's just new. Well, I'm gonna be starting off with everyone's favorite, the Bulldog. Now, you might be thinking, oh, it's another Bulldog rant. Well, I'm not gonna be ranting about the Bulldog's power. I'm actually going to rant about its velocity. Now, the Bulldog has a 34 max damage and a 25 minimum, making it super consistent, and it's got 700 RPM, pretty much beating the Scar H, and the Scar H is the closest battle rifle in the assault category that can pretty much compete with it, damage-wise, because it's the only other assault rifle with a 34 and 25 min damage model. Now, I'm not going to go rant off and say that the Bulldog needs a nerf in its rate of fire. It doesn't. I'm not going to say it needs a nerf in its accuracy. It doesn't. Its recoil, it doesn't. The one thing that it needs a nerf in my opinion, is its velocity. For being a bullpup weapon, 450 meters is actually kind of a lot. Well, that you guys might be thinking, what the fuck are you talking about? Most assault rifles have like 600 meters per second. Well, comparison to the Scar H. Now, the Scar H is meant to be the slower firing, more accurate in recoil and in spread wise. So why the hell does the Scar H have a lower velocity than the Bulldog? That's why I'm saying that the Bulldog needs a velocity nerf to bring it down to maybe 300, because the Scar H, in order to be superior to the Bulldog, the Scar H has to utilizes all its strengths that it has over the Bulldog, which is the fact that it has more manageable recoil, a slower fire rate, and pinpoint-like accuracy over the Bulldog. And since the Bulldog has a higher velocity, you're kind of still negating it, because the Bulldog's bullets, they shoot faster and they travel faster. You don't have to be accurate as long as they're dead. Okay, so that's the little Bulldog rant. That's something that DICE needs to do, decrease the Bulldog's velocity. Okay, so the next gun, you guys might be thinking, Zenny, don't you love this weapon? Well, I do. The next weapon we're going to be talking about is the AS-Vol. Now, the AS-Vol has been completely broken since it first came out, and they've done one minor tweak to it that still doesn't do anything. It hardly affects it. Now, the AS-Vol has got the highest DPS in the game, and I'm not ranting off against it because it's got the highest DPS. It's supposed to be a good weapon in the game. A weapon's supposed to be good. But I'm saying the AS-Vol has a damage model of 30 damage maximum. And you might be wondering, well, Zenny, doesn't that mean it's a 4-shot kill still? It's not 34. Well, yes, but you got to think about it. It means if 30 damage means if you shoot them in the chest with body armor, which is the defensive perk, you're going to get decreased to like 20, 25, 27 damage. So it's still going to be a 4-shot kill with defensive on. If you shoot them in the limbs, which usually decreases your damage, it's also going to be a 4-shot, meaning you're never going to get lower than a 4-shot at close range. And you might be wondering, well, what's close range? Well, the AS-Vol, for some odd reason, beats out every other 4-shot kill weapon in the game at a distance. You might be wondering, well, Zenny, you must be drunk because it's got a built-in suppressor, and it's a PDW. What are you smoking? stop smoking that purple kush. I wish I could, guys. It's an addiction. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do drugs, kids. But the AS Vol, since it has a 30 damage maximum damage model, the damage drop starts like every other weapon at 8 meters. But usually, a weapon that drops off at 8 meters has 25 maximum damage, meaning it's going to drop from 25 downwards, meaning after 8 meters it's going to be a 5-shot kill. If you have 30 damage, once it drops off at 8 meters, it's still going to be 29, and it's going to go all the way down until it reaches 25, and then what's going to happen is actually going to take 23 meters for the 4-shot kill range, which is absolutely insane. No other weapon other than the high-powered LMGs and high caliber rifles and weapons and whatnot can beat that. The AS Vol has the highest DPS and it's got the longest 4-shot kill range, which is absolutely insane. So the AS Vol, what it needs is a nerf in its maximum damage. The only reason I'd say keep it so it has the highest DPS, maybe drop it down to 28, and maybe make the drop off a little shorter. Maybe instead of 8 meters, 4 meters. You know, because that could decrease it to a 4-shot kill range of maybe 15. Because the AS Vol, in game, I get what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be the assault rifle for the engineer, pretty much. Because in real life, the AS Vol is a compact assault rifle, and what they wanted to create was a long-range assault rifle for the engineer class. Well, what you put in the game was completely broken dice. Okay, so let's get into some gadgets. I'm only gonna put in 2 gadgets here. The first one is the SUAV. It's still completely broken. They did a couple nerfs to it, so it decreases longer. It takes longer to reload. The thing though is, you can still run people over and continue flying, and then you can get on like a 5-kill streak. Yes, dice, that's still in the game. Fix that shit. Very simple. And the second gadget I'm going to say is the ballistic shield. Now, I know what the ballistic shield is meant to be. It's not meant to be something to use for kills, of course. The ballistic shield is something supposed to defend objectives, defend your ass, you know, absorb bullets, create a distraction. The thing is, though, the ballistic shield, it does such little damage that when you do get face-to-face with someone, you have absolutely no chance. So that doesn't really work out. So maybe if you increase the damage so it's a 2-shot kill, because for real, when you bash, you do a little commando, and if you miss the bash, you will lose your target. Believe me, you will lose your target. And they have to fix it where flashbangs will not break the glass, because for some odd reason, apparently flashbangs can break glass and like tank shells can't. Well, tank shells can because they patch that shit, but you know what I mean. So ballistic shield, it just needs a little damage tweak, maybe a mobility tweak. Why am I saying tweaks? Buff. And I think that they have to reduce the flashbang effect. You know how it breaks the glass. So that's the SUAV and the ballistic shield, everybody. So let's go over to some minor tweaks that I think could really work for the game. Oh, I forgot vehicles. Thinking about it, the vehicles are pretty balanced, so fuck the vehicles. So let's get on to the, you know what, maybe one thing about the vehicles. Fix the dirt bike's hitbox, because you'll run someone over and they will freaking live. I don't know why, they will just freaking live. Okay, so that's the vehicles, everybody. So now let's get on to some tweaks. So these are not broken, these are good how they are, but I think if they tweak it, it will be better. So the first thing I think that you can tweak to the game is maybe fix this stupid domination capture time. I don't really like how it takes a whole like 15 seconds, not even 15 seconds. What the fuck am I smoking? Holy crap, this is some blue kush. It takes about like, I'd say 10 seconds to capture a flag, maybe decrease that to 8 seconds and give the players more points. Encourage them to capture flags, because 25 goddamn points for a 6-second capture, it's not worth it. This is why not much people capture flags in domination. All the domination players will agree with me. Make it more rewarding. Give us 100 points. We risked our lives in a closed-in space that you can bombard with mortars, grenades, and hellfire, and oblivion, and shit like that. Like, we're risking our lives capturing these flags, and you're giving us 25 points. I could get more points suppressing people. I can get more points reviving people. Like, what's the point if you can do all these things like 10 times faster and get more points? That's why people do not capture flags in domination. Some more tweaks I think could help are some spawns, such as the spawns in let's say Zavid 311 domination spawns. Now, if you spawn in Zavid 311, you can literally walk like 3 seconds and stop at the staircase, and then the entire team may or may not, this is like maybe a 50-50 chance, they may or may not spawn down at the staircase. You can literally just walk to the staircase on Zavid 311, sit there on the top of it, and then people will come rushing in and you can just spray them down. So maybe if you can fix the spawns in, well, tweak the spawns a little on Zavid 311. You know what, maybe tweak the spawns in general. I know that Battlefield does not want to be like Call of Duty, but maybe take one example from Call of Duty, and that makes one team spawn on one side of the map and the other team spawns on the other side of the map. You know, that's kind of balanced, and that would really help out the game. Some more tweaks that I think could really help. Maybe if you were to make the mini RDS sight on the pistols a little brighter, that could really help, because the mini RDS sight is not the most popular once you get a ghost ring or if you get a delta, because the delta and the ghost ring are fast superior to it, in my opinion. So I think if you guys can do that, the game might be a bit better. Something that I just want to mention here that DICE needs to do, and I mean this could be in all the three goddamn categories. It's a balance. This is a balance issue. This is a tweak issue, and this is a goddamn fix issue. This is all three of them. DICE needs to take their updates from the CTE and shove them into the game. I'm sick of them getting these sweet ass ideas, putting them in CTE like 3 months ago, release a patch, and then they don't add any of them. DICE needs to start adding their CTE patches, because I think it could really fix the game. Such as like about maybe 3 months ago, the CTE got a tick rate upgrade. That's already going well, DICE. Put that into the game. It's been 3 months. You know how much shit you can fix with that? You can fix kill trades. You can fix almost everything. Okay, so a couple more tweaks. I think that you know, I'm trying to think here. Oh yes, tweaks. Make it so that your death shield, the death shield as in when you spawn in on a teammate, is a little bit shorter. I mean, well, depending on the situation. Maybe if you spawn on an enemy with a warning, well, a teammate with a warning, your death shield could be a little longer. And if you spawn on someone without a warning, then your death shield can just go suck one. Because, for real, I hate someone spawning in on an enemy, and then my aim assist goes on them, and then they soak up like 9 bullets until I do damage, and usually I'm dead by then. Okay, so let's get over to the fixes. The fixes. Basically, to wrap up the fixes, this is going to be the shortest one. What you want to do is implement your spawn system. Well, fix your spawn system so you get one side of the map is for one team, the other side of the map for the other team. Put your CTE patches in, DICE. Yes, because basically to fix this entire game, we're going to want the CTE patches. We're going to want the no visual recoil. We're going to want the tick rate, because the tick rate pretty much fixes everything that I would have ranted about, like kill trades, shooting behind walls. I could spend like 5 minutes ranting about them, but in order to fix all of these problems, like the tick rate can literally fix 20 problems, and that's saving me like 3 minutes worth of this video, so you know, like little more rendering time. So that's what you want to do, DICE. You're gonna want to freaking just take your patches, shove them into the game. The tick rate is the balls, and you're gonna want that shit. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe. Wait a few seconds for this goddamn outro. See you later.